Welcome to Formula One, your hub for F1 banter. I'm Nick. That's Lewis. Let's talk some wheel. How you doing, dude?
Pretty good. How about yourself?
I'm not too bad. I've been really sleepy the last couple days. I'm not sure why. I don't know why that is. Our dog has been very cuddly, and I think that
Oh,
might have something to do with it too. We let her sleep in the bed, and usually she's at the foot of the bed, but for some reason, the last couple weeks she's been like between us on the bed, kind of like hot dogging. No pun
oh.
intended, but intended, I guess. And I am amazed by how much space a poodle can take up if they really want to.
Yeah. Just wait till you have kids. It gets worse because then they can start talking to you.
Oh, jeez. Well, our dog basically talks. She just goes a lot of.
Oh,
Yeah, she's a goofball. I love her. Anyway, we have a race on Sunday. It's race
we
week.
do. Finally.
Finally. And not only is it race week, it is one of my favorite races on the calendar.
I think that in itself is a hot take.
Is it?
I don't, for me personally, it's a street track. So there's we'll get into it later, but there's just something for it for me.
For sure. Of course, we're talking about Baku, Azerbaijan. It is always a good race in my eyes, and it's always a chaotic race, and that's part of the reason why I like it. Last year, this race was won by Oscar Piastri. His second race, but really it's the first race that he won because Hungary was a weird gimme. So there's that.
Yeah.
Charles got second, George Russell got third, Lando fourth, Max fifth, Fernando sixth, Alex seventh, Colapinto eighth. Remember Franco Colapinto?
Oh, rest in peace.
Lewis Hamilton 9, and rounding out the top 10 was Ollie Behrman. Ah, a lot of familiar names. A lot of familiar names last season that are now
Yeah.
in Formula One full time this season.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, you're not wrong there.
It was factually correct. Now, of course,
Yeah.
last year, this race started off with a bang. Yuki Tsunoda had a bit of a collision, as he's one to do, and he was out by lap 14. Um, the next major thing that happened, Lance Stroll finally suffered a brake issue, lap 45 out of 51. And then Sergio Perez and Carlos Sainz had a collision at lap 49 before they could properly finish the race 2 laps later.
Yeah. And underneath yellow, I believe.
I believe you're right.
Yeah.
What a chaotic freaking race. Okay. This is why I like Baku. It always delivers. Whether I mean it's not always safe. It's really not always safe, but it always delivers. I feel like out of all the street circuits we have, this one's at least entertaining because it has insane turns. A lot of 90-degree turns. Again, it's one of those tracks where you have to get everything right, otherwise you're going to be very punished for it. And it's even one of those tracks where maybe you can get it right and sometimes it's just bad luck. Maybe you're Charles and you just run into that one specific wall multiple times over the years.
Yeah, the castle corner, the I am stupid corner.
I love the castle corner so much. But yeah, that's why I like it. And like, I feel like we always get memorable moments in this race. In 2021, this is the race that decided the championship. Lewis didn't win because of the whole brake magic thing that happened at that restart after that was after the Verstappen wreck, right?
Yeah, that was Max just tire just blew up on the
Yeah.
front stretch.
And that's also where that famous picture came from of Max kicking the tire. Fun fact, I learned this week. He's
Oh
actually wearing Liam Lawson's shoes in that
yeah,
picture.
I never figured out why.
The explanation I saw was that he just needed shoes, and Liam was at the race that day because he's the junior driver, and him and Max are the same shoe size. So, fun fact: Liam Lawson and Max are the same shoe size.
Huh. Same shoe size, but cannot drive the car the same.
So, really, it's like Liam was also kicking the car.
Yeah, he was kicking the car for Liam, maybe.
Maybe, but yeah, I
And
mean,
that's
that's just I love this track so much because it's always chaos, and my favorite thing in sports is just chaos. And this is the real hot take. I'm a sicko sports fan where even if the chaos is happening against my favorite team, I still think it's hilarious. It hurts, but
okay.
it's insane because it's chaos and usually it's a once in a lifetime kind of chaos. And it's kind of cool to see that kind of dumb history, which I'm gross. I'm just gross. One of my
So, so the Dutch Grand Prix was good for you? I mean, he doesn't suffer many failures. Mercedes makes a powerful engine.
yeah, no, you're right. I
Is that the loophole?
no, a little part of me did also like it.
Self masochist.
A little bit. I'm a masochistic sports fan, I suppose. Jeez.
That's a band name.
Well, it is. I need to add that to my list. Why don't you like Baku that much?
So there's just something about street tracks in general that I just don't find very entertaining because for the fact from corner three or corner two to whatever the last like little bit after castle is, there's not a whole lot of room for overtaking, especially with how big these cars are. Like
Mhm.
they are 90-degree corners. It is a very narrow area because it is a street track. People drive on this daily when it's
Right.
not being used for the track. So you don't see a whole lot of overtaking. You see a lot of late breaks and lunges, but usually it's just keeping within that distance is set up for the last sector or for the stretch. It's kind of like Monaco. In Monaco you can make some passes, but it's mostly setting up for other like sections. And instead of setting up like, okay, I'm going to follow him for this corner and then set up for the next corner, it's I'm going to follow him for the next 3/4 of a lap so I can try to overtake him here.
Mhm.
And then Baku is just I think it falls underneath that same street track for me. The only redeeming quality it has is that like last final sector, the fast like swooping little bit. I'm not a huge. Here's a hot take. I'm not a huge fan of the 14 long football field long front stretch that it has.
Really?
Yeah, it's just it's too long. You just like it's like topping out in a weird way. You're hitting you even with DRS. I feel like you're hitting 200 before you hit pits, and you still have quite a bit to go.
I mean, we'll for sure get to this, but I'm sure you hate Vegas then too.
Yeah, I'm not a huge fan of that track either.
I like cargo fast. I really like cargo fast. And
Okay.
on long straights like that, these cars that were made to go fast, I feel like really shine because then you can see how fast these cars go.
Or how bumpy they are if you're the case of Mercedes a couple years ago.
That's true. People love the porpoising. People forget about the porpoising.
Yeah, it was very very bad for Lewis's back.
It wasn't good for it, that's for sure. I hear you, and for most street tracks, I tend to agree. There's just something about Baku that I mean, it is the chaos factor. If this race wasn't always somehow chaotic every single year, then I wouldn't be into it. But this track just hits it for me. It just hits a very specific sick part of my brain.
I mean, I get it if you like that, like this to it in a weird way. This will scratch that itch. But
It really will.
for people that I feel like for other racing sports fans, this isn't like a good track to watch either because like if you hear people that don't like F1, they're like, oh, there's not a lot of passing. You know, it's only they only watch the top three or whatever. It's not like throughout the field, but like I feel like this track is gonna be especially you're gonna have through the streets or the city section, you're gonna have a lot of single file and waiting and waiting, and then you get a DRS train. So I mean,
Mhm.
I feel like you like it. I don't like it. So it's nice to have that counterpunch,
It
yin
really
and
is
yang.
nice. Yeah. Another notable thing about this race. This was Esteban Ocon's 150th Grand Prix last
Oh,
year.
I didn't realize he was in Formula One for so long.
Yeah,
Like he's just been there. He's just been there. Like
I feel the same way about Lance Stroll. They're kind of a sleeper. Like you think about it, like yeah, no, they have been in there for a while,
yeah,
almost 10 years.
in the
Not
case of
quite, but
Lance Stroll,
almost.
too long. But
Hmm.
I'm
And
not a fan of him.
one more fun fact about Baku before we get into our predictions. There's only been one driver who's won this track twice since its inception in 2016. Can you name who that driver is?
Okay, so let me go through this. So Oscar won it, and I'm trying to think of like the year before that. I think Pierre was on the podium during that, maybe. Danny Rick, he's a street circuit guy, but I think him and Max got into it that one time. So I'm going to say Lewis.
No, Lewis has only won this race once.
Oh,
The one driver who has won this race twice won Sergio Perez.
oh, okay, yeah, street track. I should have known that with him.
He, of
Him and
course, won
street
in
racers.
2021 after Lewis took himself out and his tire blew up, and then he won in 2023.
Oh, yeah. I guess I kind of forgot about Checo just being a street circuit guy. I mean, he in Singapore he was good, and Miami, and yeah, I kind of forget that was good at the in the Red Bull. He wasn't just the number two.
No, he wasn't. People
Yeah,
seem to love to forget that Sergio is a good driver.
yeah, and a great teammate if you want to remember the Minister of Defense too
Uh-huh.
back in 2021.
All right, let's go on to our predictions. So as you know, we do 2 regular predictions and 1 bold prediction. Let's go back and forth. I'll let you start.
All right, so I'm gonna do a little what do you call, like a T-ball. This is an easy hit.
A little
I'm
layup.
gonna go little layup. Yeah, there we go. I should have done basketball. I don't.
You're a basketball
Uh,
guy.
I know. It's one of those days. Stroll finished behind Fernando. Easy take. If Stroll is not doing it right now, I don't know what. Maybe he had a little good break and everything. He went to Canada, refreshed for a weekend, but I
Mhm.
just Fernando being the old guy, I just see Fernando being Fernando.
I hear you, but let's not forget that that's not always a layup. I think there's been a couple races this season where Lance has finished ahead of Fernando, right?
Yeah, yes, and I guess Monza he did finish ahead of him, but there's an
Mhm.
asterisk because he finished ahead of the guy who didn't finish. So
Still
I
finished ahead. It's all in the wording.
yeah, I mean technically you're right. Yes.
All
Okay,
right.
what's your prediction then?
It's a layup. Charles will get pole. And I know what most of you are thinking. How is that a layup? Did you know that Charles has gotten pole at this track like every single year forever?
Uh, including the I'm stupid year.
Let me pull it up quick. There is a. I
'Cause I
lost
think
the
I
page.
am
I'm the
stupid.
worst.
I think that might have been during qualifying one year. I cannot remember.
That sounds about right.
Because why
I
else would he be pushing it that hard into the castle?
I mean sometimes he just gets in the zone, you know?
Yeah, and yeah, I get it. And but other times you're also driving a Ferrari, so
Yeah, you're right.
you got to push that thing.
Why did I close that page like a big old dummy? Go ahead and share your second prediction while I look for
Okay.
this.
My second prediction. This one's kind of bold. I put V Carb to score points, and it's kind of bold because it's bottom midfield team, but I think Isaac Hajar is just doing so good. I think Isaac is gonna hopefully shine, and I really want Liam to start shining because he needs to. Because he wasn't good at the Red Bull and he's just starting to not be good at V Carb, which is saying something. If you can't be good at the good team and you can't be good at the bad team, where can you be good at that point? But I think Isaac is going to score points again for V Carb, which is it kind of a 50-50 shot in a weird way because you got to never mind. I don't know how the math would work. Anyways,
Yeah, I think that's a good prediction. V Carb has been doing very well, and I mean with Isaac there, it honestly kind of feels like a gimme.
yeah.
But hey, that's the name of the game. These are predictions, you know. I am going to do my next prediction, and this doesn't feel like a bold one just because of how the odds and everything work out. We will have a second 2-time winner at this track, whether
Okay.
it's Max or Lewis or Oscar. I think it's going to happen, and I think it's going to happen this weekend.
Okay. All right. So I'm going to ask you this: double or nothing. Who do you think it's going to be? If you were to guess, who's going to be the first two time or the second two timer?
It's going to be Oscar.
You think so?
I would put money on it being Oscar being the next person to have won this race twice. With the McLaren the way it is, with Oscar, I mean, decent at this track. Um, I think he's got the best shot. I mean, he's leading the points for a reason.
Yeah, and that McLaren could just save tires somehow.
It really can. They unlocked something.
I think part of it is having to do with Pirelli coming up with the like soft tires and everything, and there's like everybody else can't always seem to manage them as well as McLaren. But like even if Pirelli brought the harder compounds, I still think Mercedes or McLaren would just be even more ahead.
Hmm.
They're gonna probably pull Alex Albon and just pit at the very last lap of the race.
It's true.
Start on hards.
By the way, I found it.
Okay.
Um, Charles has gotten pole at this track every year since 2021.
Dang.
Yeah.
That is a long time.
It's a good
Yeah, that's
streak.
yeah.
It's a really weird streak to have gotten the pole and have never won the race.
Yeah, that's super long time to have. That's 4. Well, this will be 4 years.
21, 22, 23, 24. It's 4 years.
Yeah, so 4 years. Sorry, math.
Math be mathin'.
Math be mathin', yes. But yeah, that's 4 years in a row. I mean, at a technical track like this too, that's very impressive.
Charles is a great driver. It's just he's stuck in a Ferrari, but
Yeah, that's true.
I think he's going to be there forever. I can't see Charles racing anywhere else. Genuinely.
I also think having him grow up in Monaco, the street track in F1,
Hmm.
kind of helped, like, grow that fandom to it or whatever.
Finally,
Or-
our bold predictions. Tell me yours.
0 safety cars.
That is an extremely bold prediction. That prediction is so bold that I can't think of a good analogy right now. It's a very bold prediction. At this track,
At this track, virtual safety car, I'm going to say doesn't count. I'm going to say the safety car does not come out.
what makes you think that? Do you have a
I
reason
think
or just
I
vibes?
kind of I'm going to go 75% vibes,
Oh,
10% guessing, the rest of the math. Just I think that honestly, just coming to the second half of the season, everyone's using so many ICEs and everything. I think, and with next year being the new regulations, I feel like they don't want to waste time and money right now to like push it too hard, especially with the team championship locked up, the driver championship pretty well locked up. I mean, I did see a post. Max could win it still, because you see those, but it would require Oscar and Lance to DNF a couple times and then to finish
you mean
like,
Lando?
yeah, Lando. Sorry, DNF Lance. It goes hand in hand. My
Yeah,
bad.
fair. I
But
get the
yeah,
association.
yeah, but I think with everything being pretty well locked up with the top battle, and I don't know, I just vibe mostly.
Well, this next one of mine is definitely vibes. My bold prediction is there will be a top team DNF. And when I say top team, it's McLaren or Ferrari.
Not
Those are
Red
the
Bull.
two top teams. Red Bull, it's a top driver.
What
Max
about
is
Mercedes?
carrying all of the constructors' points for
Yes,
them. Mercedes is fine, but I guess I'm not considering them a top team this season.
huh? I feel like we're gonna have to go like not a psychiatrist. This is a psychiatrist. Like, why do you feel that way? Is it the rookie and George?
It's mostly been the weird downfall. Downfall is a really harsh word to use. The downgrade in performance from Kimi since Canada. It has kind of turned into George, kind of like Max, which is also a really funny comparison in itself.
Yeah,
Um, it feels kind of like Max, where Kimi has definitely been more consistent and better than Yuki overall, but the last, I don't know, few races, it seemed more like a George carrying Mercedes, and Kimi's also there sometimes.
yeah.
So I'm not considering them a top team, similar to the reasons for Red Bull. It's mostly Ferrari or McLaren, I guess, are the two teams I'd consider the top at this point.
Okay, I can see it. And like going off your George point, like I said last week, somehow George's top 5. Just somehow he's always up there.
The most consistent driver in Formula One history, I swear.
Yeah. I mean, when he was with Williams, he was consistently 19th.
Nah. Not always. He could make that Williams sing more than it had any right to.
Yeah, especially Spa in the rain that one year. What the
That doesn't count.
why?
2021?
Qualifying though, I'm talking about, not during the race. Qualifying,
Fair enough.
he got to third.
You're right. So yeah, when I say there will be a top team DNF, I mean it's either going to be Lewis, Charles, Lando, or Oscar. And
Okay.
I think it's going to be because they're going to be pushing hard. Um, I think that's just what it is.
No papaya rules. Are you thinking it's going to be papaya rule related?
I'm thinking that Zach is going to let them race, and I think they're going to race. And Oscar's a little bit more aggressive than Lando, not in a bad way. Lando's a bit more cautious. Also, I don't know if you've checked out the weather for this weekend, but it's looking like we're going to get a rain race on Sunday.
Oh,
Yeah.
in Azerbaijan, really?
Yeah, I probably should have mentioned that before your zero safety car thing. I forgot about it.
Nah, it's fine. Let it roll. Let it roll.
All right, so those are our predictions for Baku. Now it's time for our favorite game, Grid Gamble. This is where I roll the Formula dice. You see it right there. It's Ferrari red. Each driver is associated with a number. I roll the dice. Wherever the number lands, that's the driver you're adopting for the race. Wherever they finish, points wise, that's how many points you get. And then at the end of the season, we're gonna see who wins between me and Lewis.
All right. Since I'm currently leading because last race I got Gabby and you got Ocon, and Ocon got 0 points.
You're right, and Gabby got 4 points. You were
Yeah,
so upset
so
about that pick too.
well, in comparison to what you could have had, but like you got Ocon, so but since you are losing, I'll let you decide who goes first.
I guess I'll go first. Whoever's losing gets to go first. Let's just put it that way.
All right, that's fine.
All right. I am rolling right now. I got 1.
No. But up.
Max Verstappen.
But up.
All right.
Oh, all right. I'm hoping for 2 or 4 right now to beat you.
Listen, there's no guarantee that Max is going to finish this race.
That's bold.
Is it? All right, I'm
Max
rolling
is
for you
pretty
now.
solid. Okay. Here we go. What'd you get? I can't see 3. I got Charles.
No, that's
Oh.
19. It's 19. Sorry, I held it wrong.
Oh, 19. Oh.
That's Isaac Hadjar.
I'm okay with this. I mean, I'd be okay with it if you didn't get Max.
I think that this is a pretty decent pair of drivers that we've rolled up here.
Yeah. If we could you imagine if those two were on a team together?
Oh, man, that'd be crazy. Too bad it's never going to happen.
No, I would hate for Isaac to get demoted.
All right, so that's Grid Gamble and our predictions for the race. The next thing, we're just have a few news topics. It's been kind of a slow news week. Like there's a few things like Sergio Perez, he threw out the ceremonial first pitch at the Dodgers game about half an hour-ish ago. That's cool. I love baseball. I love Formula 1. It's really cool to see Sergio throw a baseball in LA. Neat.
Yeah, that is pretty. It's also kind of weird. Like just in a weird as in a way of like Dodgers. Like are they playing anybody in particular or is it just like
Phillies.
just that day? Oh, that's an easy win for the Dodgers.
I don't know. The Dodgers haven't been doing as well as everybody thought they were this year.
Yeah, I know.
And the Phillies are kind of decent. Keeping with the Cadillac theme though, we have a new sponsor deal for Cadillac. They have an adult beverage sponsor in Jim Beam.
One of the 3 never mind. 3 Musketeers. I want to say horsemen, and I mixed it up, and I'm so sorry. But yeah, that's a pretty good sponsorship.
It's a multi-year deal, and I think for an American team like Cadillac, getting Jim Beam, which is, I mean, it's an American whiskey, with Tommy Hilfiger, it seems like Cadillac is really leaning into the we're an American team bit. which I
Yeah.
appreciate because Haas never did that.
No. Well, they had that, was it that Dark Angels or whatever that clothing company from LA was that was on there, and
Oh yeah.
that's
Then Rich Energy. Remember the whole Rich Energy
oh
debacle?
yeah. I've
Yeah.
side note, I've looked for a Rich Energy drink can because I just wanted one. I
Uh-huh.
can't find one anywhere.
Like it never really existed.
I know it's
I
weird.
I want to get a Rich Energy hat. There's this really cool book by these two F1
Elizabeth
journalists.
Blackstock.
Yes, Elizabeth Blackstock and Alanis.
I
Man, I
forgot
wish
who
I could remember their
Superfluous
names.
was, but I
Anyway, I
know
follow
Elizabeth.
both of these women on Twitter, and I love the content they put out. And I
Yeah.
actually pre-ordered this book, and it never got to me, so that's fun. The
So
Racing with Rich Energy book.
you got Rich Energy.
I got Rich Energied.
Yeah.
Not
Fun fact.
I think the publisher just did an oopsie.
Yeah. Fun fact. I've raced with Elizabeth Blackstock on iRacing. It was really awesome.
Nice.
It was in
Liz
a
is
dirt
cool.
race.
Nice. How'd you do?
I don't remember. But yeah, it was like fangirling more than anything.
I I do like this. So now
Yeah.
for sponsors, beverage sponsors in Formula One, we've got Jim Beam, we have Jack Daniels with McLaren, which I'm a little, I mean, I'm not surprised, I guess, because it's just how contract deals work. But I wouldn't be surprised, I guess, if Jack Daniels ends up being on the Cadillac at some point, because I feel like Jack Daniels is a little more of an Americana factor than Jim Beam does. If that's
Okay.
the vibe they're trying to turn into. But that's beside the point. Glenfiddich for Aston Martin. It's a Scotch. What else do we got? Is that it?
I don't. Yeah, that has to be it. I can't think of a single other beverage company that would be in Formula One right now.
I mean Heineken, but that's
Yeah,
I don't
yeah,
think that's
that it has to
any
be. Yeah,
main sponsor.
there isn't a team named after a drink or anything. I can't think of that.
Oh, Red Bull. I'm talking about adult beverages.
Oh, I thought you were just talking about drinks in general. I was like,
No.
but yeah, adult beverages. Yeah, I don't think so. I mean, I think it's weird that for or FIA, Liberty, whoever, allows adult beverages in this. But like, do you remember the whole ordeal with Mission Winnow with
Yeah, Mission Winnow, and then the Philip
yeah,
Morris and how it was just a shell website for Marlboro. Yeah.
yeah, but like, so I get it, like smoking's bad for you and everything,
hmm
but like I feel like if you're going to get rid of one sponsor that's aimed towards adults, why would you allow another sponsor that's aimed towards adults?
I think it's less that it's aimed towards adults and more of like smoking for sure causes cancer.
Yeah.
Drinking also causes liver disease, but also one is more socially acceptable and kind of more of a, I don't know. But I mean, if you notice, there's certain countries, like in the Middle East especially, there's no, there's rules against advertising any kind of alcohol or obviously smoking, but that's just kind of a general ban, which that does surprise me that vaping has kind of gone under that radar because McLaren Views is one of their sponsors.
Yeah.
So maybe that's still a gray area. Maybe that'll get amended. But even with the vaping logos that McLaren has, depending on where they're racing and what country they're in, they're basically at the liberty of the advertising rules of whatever country they're at.
Yeah. Also, I don't remember. I'm trying to find it. I can't seem to find it right now. You said what is sponsored McLaren? Jack?
Jack Daniels.
Yeah, I believe Coke used to be a sponsor, so they had Jack and Coke.
Yeah, they did.
Like that's kind of I just found that kind of ironic. I just thought of that.
I still beat myself up because I'm a huge whiskey guy. I'm more of a Scotch guy
Okay.
than mostly whiskey. But they did a special edition McLaren Jack Daniels bottle, and
Hmm.
I never looked for it. I never hunted for it, and I wish I did because that would look good just to display.
Yeah, they also did a DeWalt set. So I have a little bit of DeWalt stuff. There was a McLaren DeWalt set.
Oh, I didn't know
And
that.
yes, and at my job I could have gotten it. I found it out afterwards after they were sold out because my
Ah,
job I can contact the manufacturer with my job
mhm.
because we have account reps and everything. And I could have contacted them, be like, hey, I want one. And they would have sent me one.
Any
But
any
yeah, I
chance you
didn't.
still have those numbers? And hey, do you have a little extra left? I have a buddy who's a huge McLaren fan.
Yeah, well, I have two friends actually that are McLaren fans. You, and then I got another friend who's a huge McLaren fan too. That I got him into Formula One. But yeah,
Mm,
it's. I was like really looking forward to trying to get it, and I didn't realize I could have tried to get it until
mm,
after it was already done, and I was really upset.
rip.
I know.
Uh, our next piece of news. Moving on to big babies. Big babies will love this news. I have a lot of thoughts on this. Next year, the Indy 500 in Canada, because they've swapped the schedule around, so Monaco
Yes.
isn't happening at the same time as the 500. So now they're going to be in Canada. They will not overlap in times this year. They didn't last year either, but whatever. As far as the start times go, and when I tell you this discourse this last year got me so triggered. I hated this discourse. I hated so much that everybody was complaining about, no, Canada's going to be at the same time as Indy 500. Oh, it's going to draw viewership away. I'm staunchly in the camp where the Indy 500, that's an established event, worldwide event. That is a thing. It's always been a thing. It will always be a thing. Canada is a great track, but there's no way that the Canadian GP is going to draw viewership away from the Indy 500. If you want to watch the Indy 500 that bad, you're going to watch the Indy 500. It's going to happen. I think most people, if there's crossover in that fandom of, even if you just watch the Indy 500 when it's on, I think I'm comfortable saying most people would choose the Indy 500 over watching Canada in June or
Yeah.
May, the end of May. And the discussions behind this, everybody was complaining and whining so hard, and I just didn't get it. It didn't make any sense to me because, again, it feels like an easy choice. You're going to pick the worldwide event over just a race in Canada. That feels like that's what people would do, right? Am I crazy?
No, I know a lot of people that don't really watch IndyCar but will watch the 500.
Right. And that's fine because the 500 is a big event. It's like the Super Bowl. People are going to watch it.
Yeah,
It
it's the big event for IndyCar because they NASCAR has the Daytona 500, IndyCar has the Indy 500, Formula One has,
Monaco is the closest comp.
and this is my complaint about this whole switch.
Mhm.
Why did they get rid of Monaco on this day? Because like for me, like my son was born like at the end of May.
Mhm.
So like his birthday weekend will be, it was awesome. Like when he was born, I got to like, he was like a day old. I got to hold him, watch Formula One, watch IndyCar, watch NASCAR. It is the pinnacle of motorsports weekend, in my opinion. It's from like, it's like an endurance event where you
Mhm.
wake up, you watch racing, and you go to you finish the last race and you go to bed. It is wall to wall. It's amazing. And I just don't understand why they got rid of Monaco. Like that is the crown jewel of Formula One, I thought.
So I can tell you exactly why they did that. They did it for logistic purposes. Because Formula One has that whole carbon neutral
Okay, yeah.
campaign, and it makes more sense to, like, if you're in Miami, shoot up to Canada the next week, or I guess it's a couple weeks. Yeah,
Yeah.
but I mean, you're already there. You already have everything over there. It's much easier to go from Miami and transport everything from Miami to Montreal than it is to, all right, let's pack up from Saudi Arabia. Let's go to Miami. Okay, now we're going to fly all the way back. We're going to go to Monaco. Same thing. Come all the way back and do Canada. I like
Yeah.
it. It makes sense to me and it feels a little more connected. I wish there was a way that they could just fit Coda in there too,
Yeah,
but you also
exactly.
don't want to drive in Texas in May.
Yeah.
Like,
That'd
the
be
reason
really
they
hot.
save it for October is because of the heat.
Yeah, it's the same reason they just stopped doing Qatar at the time they did.
Uh-huh. The same
Yeah.
reason that Vegas is a night race on Saturday.
Yeah, I do not. It's the time for me. Like I get it for other people in the world, it makes sense, but for me,
Mhm.
it's like 11 noon. It's like, come on, man, I want to go to bed.
Anyway,
But
congrats,
that's
babies. You won. Now you can watch Monaco, or not Monaco. Now you can watch the 500 and then also Canada. Like,
Yeah,
it's
I
fine.
just
It's fine.
I just wish it was earlier, like at least somewhere else. So it's like you wake up, F1, IndyCar, NASCAR, boom, boom, boom. Like you have the three sports of racing. Besides
That's
IndyCar.
true, and that that day will be missed because it is the Triple Crown Day. It is
It
really cool.
is.
I do think that this could open up the possibility of a legit Triple Crown being an option again, though.
Have someone race in all three.
Yeah, I think I think that's open again.
I don't know, because it's hard. I think Kyle Larson and Tony Stewart, the last people to try IndyCar to NASCAR on the same day. I could be wrong, but I just that'd be really tough on your body.
Hmm.
Like it's tough enough for IndyCar to go to like people like Tony Stewart, Kyle Larson, people like that that went from IndyCar that day, and then they fly down to Atlanta, or is it Atlanta? No, it's Charlotte. My bad, Charlotte. But yeah, I don't know.
And the last bit of news we can touch on today, we have the sprint calendar for 2026.
Uh,
The sprint next year calendar is Shanghai, Miami, Montreal, Silverstone, Zandvoort, and Singapore. What do you think about, without sharing your opinions on sprints themselves, because I'm sure you and we could make a whole thing about that at some other point, but just this lineup of sprints at these tracks, what do you think?
I think so. I feel like when they want a sprint race, they want a really condensed, uh, high action race. I feel like is what they want. They want the appetizer. Like, oh, I want more of this.
Hmm.
Uh, so I think Shanghai is that track is a tilt track to me. It's not great in a weird way. It does have that long straightaway at the very end.
Which you hate
Uh,
long straightaways.
I like cargo fast in corner. Miami, I think that can open up some good possibilities. Canada has a very good overtake and everything. Silverstone, that it makes sense. That is makes sense.
Hmm.
Dutch Grand Prix, great race. In Singapore, it's a good street track. It's good for a street track, but yeah, I think it's a good lineup. I think it entices. This is like entices people to watch the race. This is a good appetizer for the race weekend. I think they picked 6 good tracks.
Hmm. I man, we are. I love Shanghai. I like Shanghai a lot. I think that's a really fun track to watch. Same with Miami. I really like Miami as a track. I'm interested to see. I mean, I like the sprint. Montreal, just overall, I think any racing at Montreal is going to be good. Silverstone, same thing. I'm not sure how Zandvoort is going to do with the sprint format. I think it'll be interesting because
Yeah,
we haven't had a sprint at Zandvoort yet, have we?
not that I can remember, but my brain's also working 25% right now. So
It's fair. Singapore, I actually is that's one of my least favorite tracks. And
Singapore is.
yeah, I think a sprint race at Singapore would not be fun. Sprint race. Sprint.
Yeah, I think it's going to. I think it'd be really good for the first couple laps.
Yeah. It'll kind of it seems like one of those sprints where it'll just kind of settle into a lull and then it's over
Yeah,
with 15 laps to go.
and I just thought of this. Maybe we're both wrong. Maybe the new regulations will be better at these tracks. I didn't think about that.
That is a thing that we keep forgetting because
Yeah,
2022 was incredible just because of the new regulation set and then people
yeah,
figured out how to take advantage of it and then 2023 happened. But the first season of a new regulation is always really fun, especially with the rumors flying around of Mercedes and Ferrari. And then there was that rumor that Ferrari was going to be bad, but that was just politics. And that wasn't true because they were trying to dissuade engineers from going to Ferrari. It's a mess.
and then you always have Mercedes sandbagging, going, "Oh, we're awful." I mean, oh, look at this testing. We're bad in the first race. They're amazing.
Well, except for 2022 when they broke
Yeah,
Lewis's back.
yeah. Poor Lewis. Uh, but yeah, I mean, who knows what these new regulations and everything will be like? Because it could flip everything. It could be Singapore is a great race where Canada's an awful race. We don't know how these cars are going to go.
I don't want to live in a world where Canada's a bad race. You know, another reason I actually like that Canada's in this place now in the calendar. I
So
never
then they
get to
can have
watch it
redemption.
live.
Oh,
I
oh,
never get to watch Canada live because of the nature of my job. I'm usually busy in the middle of June, right when that's happening, and I can't make it work. I can't watch it live.
yeah.
So the fact that I'm gonna finally be able to watch the Canadian GP live without having to avoid the internet for 12 hours.
That is the worst.
Uh-huh.
That's it's gonna be good, and hopefully there's some rain and stuff. Because that'd be nice.
That would be nice.
Mm.
And it's been nice talking with you as always. This has been Formula Friday, a bit of a shorter episode, but that's fine because we're gonna have a lot to talk about next week, I'm sure, after the race. If you ever want to reach out to us, have any questions, or just want to talk some wheel, email us at formulafridaypod@gmail.com. Until next time, I've been Nick, that's been Lewis, and this